Dr. Retired Colonel Randy Gibb, Dr. Jennifer Leck, Vice Provost,
Mr. Jeremy Mack, Lieutenant Colonel Clint Sun, Lieutenant Colonel Eric Schneider, Master Sergeant Jamie Weaver, Major Troy Merkel, Captain Justin Briggs, and Sergeant First Class Andrew Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spring 2023 Grand Canyon University Army ROTC Commissioning Ceremony. While we have a professional photographer for the ceremony, please feel free to move about and take pictures and remain courteous to those around you. At this time, please stand for the national anthem performed by Cadet Meredith Estrada and remain standing for the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet waved over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Meredith. Mr. Jeremy Mack, the Director of Student Engagement, will now deliver the invocation.
Thank you, and will you pray with me? Almighty God, creator of all, as we gather to celebrate these fine young men and women, our hearts are filled with gratitude for them, their families, and you have prepared them for this day. Bless them with a special type of trust. You've endowed them with the ability of mind, body, and spirit, more equal to any task than they will come across. You have given them leaders, mentors, peers, and those to help them along the way. You've sustained them and protect them in these days of difficulty, and we trust that you will continue to do so. Remembering that to whom much is given, much is also required, that we ask that you direct them in their steps, give them strength to carry out their new roles and responsibilities, endow them with a spirit of wisdom and yet justice. We know all too well that they're the weak and feeble human nature in all of us, and we recognize that the work that lies before us is demanding and very complex. So God, thank you for calling them into this difficult and yet rewarding work. Lord, lead these men and women and all of us in a way of peace. Unite them in the spirit of service. Nourish them, sustain them in their vocation. For we ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Mack. Please take your seats. On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Eric Schneider and Master Sergeant Jamie Weaver, I would like to welcome you to today's commissioning ceremony. The commissioning ceremony, rich in tradition, is a symbolic first step that a young officer takes on the path to becoming an Army leader. Today, your sons and daughters will be sworn in as officers on behalf of the President of the United States. Close friends and family will then have the opportunity to pin on the symbol of their new rank, a shiny bar of gold. Finally, They will receive their first salute, known as the Silver Dollar Salute. This is a time-honored tradition whereby a newly commissioned second lieutenant presents a silver dollar to the first enlisted soldier who salutes him. The salute symbolically acknowledges the receipt of respect due to the rank and the position of the newly commissioned officer. The silver dollar signifies the officer's deep sense of gratitude for the knowledge that the enlisted soldier has passed on to the officer during his or her training. At this time, we would like to welcome to the stage the Provost of Grand Canyon University and retired Air Force Colonel, Dr. Randy Gibb.
All right, thank you. Well, good morning, family, friends. Welcome to Grand Canyon University. Good morning. Here we go. We can wake up. And soon to be U.S. Army officers. Congratulations. Thanks for letting me join you for this great ceremony. And I love working with our Army friends. They start on time. As a civilian, as an ex-Air Force guy at the university, sometimes I'm like, time hack. All right, these are critical times. They really, really are. And your leadership is needed now more than ever in our country, our nation, and the world. So congratulations, and I'm excited for what you're entering into the world and stepping up to lead. And please know how much I personally respect your decision and commitment to our country. You're going to have the honor, privilege, responsibility to wear the flag of the United States of America on your uniform. And I miss, it's been 11 years. I miss wearing the flag on my uniform every day. I served in the Air Force for 26 years. I've now been here at Grand Canyon University for 9 years. But you allow me and other veterans and retirees in the room to enjoy retirement. I just want to share a few thoughts briefly, because life is going to be shaped by moments, opportunities, interactions, situations. And often you don't see them coming. The most important things in life that, looking back, you might say, wow, that was an impactful moment. But when it's happening in the moment, you won't realize what's going on. As I was thinking about this event, I realized 40 years ago, 1983, I was finishing my freshman year at the Air Force Academy, and I got a little plaque with prop and wings from an upper class cadet, Tim Lehman. And Tim probably didn't understand the impact he had on me all these years later. And it's a version of Winston Churchill's quote: "There will come a time in your life when you're called upon to do something special, something for which you and only you have the necessary skills, capabilities, and training. Wouldn't it be a pity if that moment found you unprepared?" Many of you have probably heard this. And this motivated me as a young 18-year-old, and then starting my Air Force career. It motivated me to study, train, practice, perfect my craft, to avoid complacency and to avoid ever being not fully prepared. And I know that's on your mind, is how can you be prepared? And my craft was an Air Force pilot, and I wanted to ensure I did my mission safely, successfully, consistently, professionally, every time I flew. And in reflection, that was an interesting approach of fear of not being prepared. So as I thought about that, I just want to share a different perspective. So whatever message works for you, because everybody has their own approach, same bit of motivation, same bit of context as you enter profession of military service. So especially as a Christian university, let me share this tweak on that quote. You have all been given a unique gift from God. Develop that gift through study, training, focus, discipline, and dedication, so that when you are called upon to do something special, you will use your God-given gifts to help others flourish. There are endless ways to impact the world as an Army officer. Please know, Grand Canyon University is so proud of you all. We love our Army ROTC team here on campus. Thank you for your service. Lopes up.
Thank you, Dr. Gibb. Our guest speaker today will be retired Lieutenant Colonel Clint Sunt. Lieutenant Colonel Sunt served in the United States Army for 25 years. While in the military, he served as an infantry officer, an artillery officer, and an engineer officer. Throughout his career, he served in key leadership positions, including company command, battalion operations officer, and battalion commander. Lieutenant Colonel Sunt is a veteran of the Iraq War. Lieutenant Colonel Sunt's military decorations include the Legion of Merit, the Bronze Star, Meritorious Service Medal, the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Combat Action Badge, the Parachutes Badge, and several other state and federal awards. Today, Lieutenant Colonel Sunt is the Vice President of Sunt Construction, where he serves as a regional manager over several industrial projects. Lieutenant Colonel Sunt has served on several boards and nonprofit organizations as well. Today, he is a board member for the Arizona Mining Association, Jared's Allen's Home for Wounded Warriors and Cadet Kids, a non-serving profit that handles disability children. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome retired Colonel Lieutenant Clint Sunt.
Can you hear me okay? So a couple great things are happening today. Evidently, there's more stuff in my pocket than I realized. First of all, I get to follow an Air Force colonel. That's pretty cool. Thank you, sir. Second of all, I get to speak to you. And third of all, my wife says it's okay if I wear this cool jacket. You know, I remember the 12th of May, 1989, like it was yesterday. Now, if somebody would have told me then what my generation of leadership would encounter in the 25 years of military service, I would have been shocked. Because you see, we were preparing for the war with Russia. Big Russia. Wasn't that long where that was the true threat for the world. But what we encountered was first the Gulf War, then Somalia, then Bosnia, then Afghanistan, then Iraq, and today Jordan and Syria. So what? What's that do with you? You have no idea what you're going to encounter. But you do have this. You have core principles that you've been taught and have learned through your training here and your upbringing as children and now young adults. I can't tell you how many times the principles come into play throughout your life. And if you will just give me a second, I'm going to read them to you again. But this time, I want you to listen to them knowing that going forward, when you wake up tomorrow, you're a lieutenant. Number one, know yourself and seek self-improvement. Number two, be technically and tactically proficient. Number three, develop a sense of responsibility among your subordinates. Number four, make sound and timely decisions. Number five, set an example. Number six, know your people and look out for their welfare. Number seven, keep your people informed. Number eight, seek responsibility and take responsibility for your actions. Number nine, ensure assigned tasks are understood, supervised, and accomplished. Number 10, train your people as a team. And finally, number 11, employ your team in accordance with its capabilities. Is that the first time you've heard those 11 principles? I doubt it. You're all ROTC grads now. As you try to capture the relevancy of all 11, I want to highlight just 4. Number 1, know yourself and seek self-improvement. Did you know that your strength magnified is your weakness? So if you are a detail-oriented person, and if you magnify that strength, you might be a micromanager. Know yourself. Let your strengths flourish and don't let them become your weakness. The second one, make sound and timely decisions. I can't tell you how much that one comes into play, because here's what's going to happen. I promise you 2 things. Number 1, you're going to die someday, right? There's a couple people in the audience that know I always say that. And number 2, you're going to be forced to make a decision where you're not sure what it is. Make a decision, Lieutenant. I learned that lesson from an E6, a crusty infantry E6, where I couldn't make a decision. And he told me such good advice. He said, make a decision, Lieutenant. Even if it's a bad one, we'll fix it for you. This is my favorite leadership principle. Because if you remember nothing else, remember it's number 5. Set an example. Remember, you are being watched every minute you're in front of people. You're being watched on social media. You're being watched off of base. They know who you are. Set good moral examples. Set good family examples. Set good professional examples. Seek responsibility and take responsibility for your actions. You are going to make a mistake. I promise. There's somebody in the audience here. Where is Colonel Dudley? Colonel Dudley was one of my company commanders, and he will validate what I'm about to tell to you. When you're in leadership, it's okay to make a mistake. Just don't keep repeating it. And my time as battalion commander, I tell my company commanders, look, everything I do right, write it down once. But everything I do wrong, write it down twice. Because that's how you can learn from my mistakes, so you don't make them too. There is no greater honor than to be a leader in the military. You're going to have some of the best experiences of your life. But remember this, it will pass. Someday you'll be gray and overweight and not run as well as you used to run, and example A, okay? So enjoy it. There's 3 leadership positions that are the best in the world. Number 1, I love battalion command. You don't have to sign for anything, and you're the man, right? You're in charge. Number 2, company command was incredible. First time to lead a cohesive unit of more than just a couple people. But the best job, and I bet everybody that has served here will tell you, the best job in the Army is being a platoon leader. Embrace it, enjoy it, and good luck.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Sun. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will have each of the commissionees take the oaths of office. Will those family members and friends that will be administering the oath of office please move towards your commissionee at this time?
attention. Raise your right hand. And repeat after me. I state your name. Having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States. And the grade of second lieutenant. Do solemnly swear. Thus support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. I'll bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. That I will well and faithfully. Discharge the duties. Of the office. Upon which. I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Colonel Schneider. Family, friends, commissionees, please take your seats. With the oath of office that Lieutenant Colonel Eric Schneider delivered, each of the commissionees is committing themselves to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. It is this oath that establishes the foundation of trust that safely places these commissioned officers by the American people and affirms their commitment to the service of this great nation. We will now move to the pinning of rank and the ceremonial first salute. That those family members that will be participating in the ceremony pinning of the first salute, please move to the right of the stage and follow your commissionees as they are called up to the stage, please. Nicole Anderson is our first commissionee. Nicole Anderson has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Justice Studies and has branched National Guard Explosive Ordnance Disposal. She will be pinned by her husband Bryce Anderson, father Chris, and mother Amy Hartley. Nicole Anderson will receive her first salute from her husband's grandfather, Specialist 5, Ron Bike. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenant, Nicole Anderson. Our next commissionee is Adam Ballard. Adam Ballard has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Justice Studies and has branched Active Duty Signal Corps. Adam Ballard has earned the honor of Distinctive Military Graduate, finishing in the top 20% of all cadets across the country in GPA, physical fitness, and evaluations. He will be pinned by his wife Ashley, daughter Juliana, and son Ezra Ballard. Adam Ballard will receive his first salute from Staff Sergeant Adrian Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenant, Lieutenant Adam Ballard. Our next commissionee is Cassidy Bosky. Cassidy Bosky has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity and has branched National Guard Cybersecurity. She will be pinned by her wife, Chief Warrant Officer 2, Jessica Mendez. Cassidy Bosky will receive her first salute from her sister, Staff Sergeant Paige Bosky. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenant, Cassidy Bosky. Our next commissionee is Marissa Brooks. Marissa Brooks has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Justice Studies and has branched Reserve Military Police Corps. She will be pinned by her friend, Sydney Benitez. Marissa Brooks will receive her first salute from former Navy Petty Officer 3rd Class Trish Shipley. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenant, Marissa Brooks. Our next commissionee is John Frankie. John Frankie has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Finance and Economics and has branched Active Duty Ordnance Corps. He will be pinned by his father Brian, mother Clara, and sister Nicole Frankie. John Frankie will receive his first salute from Sergeant First Class Andrew Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenant, John Frankie. Adam Gaspar is our next commissionee. Adam Gaspar has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Applied Entrepreneurship and has branched Active Duty Armor. Adam Gaspar will be pinned by his mother Julie, father Abel, and sister Elizabeth Gaspar. Adam Gaspar will receive his first salute from his brother, Sergeant Ben Gaspar. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenant, Adam Gaspar. Our next commissionee is Justin Godbout. Justin Godbout has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and has branched Active Duty Ordnance Corps. Justin Godbout will be pinned by his father Robert and mother Jocelyn Godbout. Justin Godbout will receive his first salute from Sergeant First Class Andrew Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenant, Justin Godbout. Samuel Myers is our next commissionee. Samuel Myers has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Sociology and has branched into Active Duty Infantry. Samuel Myers has earned the honor of Distinguished Military Graduate, finishing in the top 20% of all cadets across the country in GPA, physical fitness, and overall evaluations. Samuel Myers will be pinned by his father Paul, mother Elizabeth, and wife Annika Myers. Samuel Myers will receive his first salute from Sergeant First Class Andrew Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest Second Lieutenant, Samuel Myers. Jordan Opp is our next commissionee. Jordan Opp has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science with an emphasis on sports performance and has branched into National Guard Engineer Corps. Jordan Opp will be pinned by his mother Jenny and father Jason Opp. Jordan Opp will receive his first salute from Specialist Jason DiPolito. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest Second Lieutenant, Jordan Opp. Brian Peters is our next commissionee. Brian Peters has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and branched into Active Duty Medical Service Corps. Brian Peters has earned the honor of Distinguished Military Graduate, finishing in the top 20% of all cadets across the country in GPA, physical fitness, and overall evaluations. Brian Peters will be pinned by his cousin, Major Peters, and Brian's father, Kenny. Brian Peters will receive his first salute from Sergeant First Class Andrew Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest Second Lieutenant, Brian Peters. Harrison Snell is our next commissionee. Harrison Snell has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering and has branched into Active Duty Engineer Corps. Harrison Snell has earned the honor of Distinguished Military Graduate, finishing in the top 10% of all cadets across the country in physical fitness, GPA, and overall evaluations. Harrison Snell will be pinned by his father, Doug, mother, Janae, and sister, Tori Snell. Harrison Snell will receive his first salute from, once again, Sergeant First Class Andrew Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest Second Lieutenant, Harrison Snell. Mitchell Sullivan is our next commissionee. Mitchell Sullivan has graduated Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and has branched into Active Duty Infantry. Mitchell has earned the honor of Distinguished Military Graduate, finishing in the top 10% of all cadets across the country in GPA, physical fitness, and overall evaluations. Mitchell Sullivan was pinned by his wife, Ashlyn Sullivan. Mitchell Sullivan will then receive his first salute from his father, former Sergeant Michael Sullivan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Army's newest second lieutenant, Mitchell Sullivan. Ethan Vale is Grand Canyon University's final commissionee. Ethan Vale has graduated from Grand Canyon University with a Bachelor of Science in Business and Administration and is branched into active duty infantry. Ethan Vale will be pinned by his father Eric and mother Michelle Vale. Ethan Vale will receive his first salute from, once again, Sergeant First Class Andrew Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, the final commissionee from Grand Canyon University 2023 class, Second Lieutenant Ethan Vale. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Eric Schneider, the Department Chair and Professor of Military Science at both Arizona State University and Grand Canyon University.
Okay, hey, another round of applause, please, for our most recent commissionees, second lieutenants in the Army. Thank you. And if you could entertain me for one moment, I would like you guys to give a round of applause to all your friends and family and loved ones who joined us today and helped you get to this point. So we extend our congratulations to the newly commissioned second lieutenants in the Army. So on behalf of myself and Master Sergeant Weaver, all of the Sun Devil Battalion, all the task force here at Thunder, to include Major Merkel, Captain Briggs, Sergeant Hall, Sergeant Raymond, Miss Trish, Mama T, who put this whole thing together every year. A round of applause to Miss Trish, too, please. So I'll tell you this, and you don't get this from me very often. I am proud of you. I am proud of you. I've said it twice. Okay. Your accomplishments are tremendous. Also in the classroom and in ROTC, to graduate from Grand Canyon University and earn your commission into the U.S. Army. Today is a day to be celebrated, and I just ask that you enjoy this moment with your friends and family who took the time to join you so early in the morning at 8:30, making new lieutenants. Pretty good. Pretty good. So we give thanks for all those who supported you. And my message today is going to be pretty simple. It's actually get back to work. That's my message today. And, you know, I struggle sometimes to find the right words and the right message. And we do a couple commissioning ceremonies, and there's a lot of moments to kind of talk. And so Master Sergeant Weaver and I spoke yesterday, and we're always wrestling with the idea, have we done enough for you? Have we taught you enough? Have we imparted the principles that we could, everything that we can give you to this last moment? And I know that Captain Briggs and Major Merkel and Sergeant Hall, they all wrestle with these same things. Have we done everything we possibly can to make sure that you are ready to lead in the United States Army? And you see today that some of these messages from Dr. Gibb captures these very same moments about being prepared, being self-aware. Same thing with Colonel Sant as well, just having that moment of being prepared to do the best that you possibly can to lead in the United States Army. So when I go back to the let's get back to work, because there's so many things that we've instilled in you and the importance of being proud but never satisfied. We talk a lot about the importance of being self-developed, right? Being self-developed, being technically and tactically proficient, being intellectually curious. The Army talks a lot about learning every day. We're lifelong learners, and it's so important that you do that. All right, so we ask you to be masters of the basics as part of our team. It takes commitment to self-development, and I'll tell you that the secret really is, it's not for you. Your development's not for you. It's for the soldiers and the families that you lead, right? That's what it's about. It's about your team. That's the secret. And so I share with you this morning that you have to take a risk on yourself. Surprise yourself. Push yourself. See what you can become. See what you can do for your team, right? We talk a lot about the desire to be comfortable, all right? So anytime you find yourself out in the force on a tough day, I ask you to take a moment and reflect. What would myself or Master Sergeant Weaver or the rest of the cadre in our team do? Because if you are uncomfortable, that's exactly where I want you to be, right? And I hope that puts a smile on your face and you drive on, because I want you to be uncomfortable and I want you to lead, because in those moments, your soldiers need you to help deliver hope, right? There's hope on the other end of this uncomfort. And this uncomfort comes in late nights in garrison. This uncomfort comes in training, right? Tough, realistic training to prepare for combat. It's uncomfortable. And so if you're not uncomfortable, you're not getting better and you're not developing, right? So I just need you guys to push. So I keep going back to the same message before, that you got to get to work. And that starts tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. Enjoy today, but it starts tomorrow. I want you to be able to deliver this hope that you can overcome any odds, reduce any obstacle, and defeat any enemy, anytime, anywhere, and under any conditions. That is the hope, and that is the message I want you to deliver to your soldiers and your families on a daily basis. All right, so our expectation, we talk a ton about this, is that you are servant leaders. And if you carry this hope and you seek the uncomfort, you will be a servant leader. I guarantee you. So we wish you luck. You're ready. I'm proud of you now for the third time. I thank you for all the time and investment and the sacrifices that you made to this organization at GCU Army ROTC. You have made the next generation better. And as you know, the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, and you have done that. And I'm thankful to you for those things. To Dr. Gibb, sir, thank you for your kind words. I truly appreciate it. Mr. Mack, thank you, sir, for your invocation and opening prayer. And sir, thank you so much for being our guest speaker today. We really enjoy it. As you all know, this is a big family here at GCU, and we really just appreciate everybody being a part of it. So God bless. Hear the thunder and fear the Lord.
Thank you, Colonel Schneider. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the Army song.
March along, sing a song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might. When the army goes rolling along, proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won. And the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. So wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Eric Schneider, Captain Briggs, thank you for attending today, and congratulations to all the newly commissioned officers for their accomplishment. There will be a breakfast buffet in the North Dining Facility here on the Grand Canyon University campus immediately following today's ceremony. You are also free at this time to utilize the stage and the surrounding area for pictures. Have a blessed day, hear the thunder, and fear the Lopes.